Not much is known about the origins of this toy, other than I bet these things were flying off the shelves. He also has this really catchy theme song.
Pianosarus, he plays just for us. We join the chorus. Pianosarus.
According to his cutout and a report from Dr. Sawyer, which we'll get to later, Pianosaurus is part of a band, although we haven't seen any of them yet.
I used to be in a band, then the asteroid hit.
They might appear in the next chapter. After Playtime Co.'s disastrous release of the Smiling Critters wave, the company needed to get back on track. Dr. Harley Sawyer proposed the Bigger Bodies Initiative, intending to create giant toys that would serve as the company's workforce. These experiments were conducted using the children from Playtime's on-site orphanage, Playcare. Pianosaurus was designated Experiment 1163, and in Chapter 4, the player can find a report from Dr. Sawyer regarding him. Similar to the previous experiments such as Boxy Boo, Pianosaurus displayed none of his human qualities. The Playcare counselors described him as a bright, joyful bundle of laughter, which did not translate well into his bigger body's form. Dr. Sawyer said he was mindless, snapping at any perceived motion, eating whatever he could regardless of his appetite, and fighting staff. Even worse, the stupid dino couldn't even play his piano rhyme and tune. Dr. Sawyer was not intrigued and planned on using him for testing, despite his lack of confidence in Pianosaurus' survival. Later in 1995, one of the more intelligent experiments, the prototype, enacted his revenge against Playtime Co. He commanded the other experiments to participate in the Hour of Joy, a chaotic mass rebellion in which they slaughtered the employees in the building. After this, their bodies were dragged into the depths to feast on, and the Playtime Co. factory was abandoned. A decade later, in 2005, the events of the main game occur. The player, a former Playtime employee who somehow avoided the Hour of Joy entirely, is sent a VHS tape and a letter telling them to return to the factory. They do so, and encounter the experiments that have taken over the building. In the fourth chapter, Safe Haven, the player journeys deep into the prison where the experiments were contained. Pianosaurus is still in his enclosure, and to progress further, the player has to shuffle across a ledge, where below, Pianosaurus is eating something. Not sure how he eats with that piano mouth. Anyways, the player suddenly falls into his enclosure. Pianosaurus turns his attention to a new meal, and charges at the player. However, he's grabbed by a character named Doey, giving us a pretty funny scene. And yeah, that's it. He's dead now.